Hello. I know you guys are going to see this video on my YouTube channel regarding another topic that's very important that stems way back. Some of you have been reviewing videos from part 1 of Slavery and Racism, A Healing Journey, and everything in between and the repercussions from that. But that's not what this video tonight is about. This video tonight relates to the one video that was uploaded a few weeks ago prior to really starting this series, because it's been in the way of starting this series. And if you watch that video, it's titled something like A Current Experience, or My Current Experience with Systemic Racism in a Texas Court System, something like that. Okay, well, it's about high time that I give you guys a little bit more information about that. And why is that? Well, to be honest, for one, because you guys out there, most of you guys, are citizens or lay people, you know, regular folks of some sort. And you want, need, and deserve fairness in this country and any other country. In America, this country, America, and any other country. That's just what we want. That's what we deserve, is fairness, justice. And so that's what I'm going to talk a little bit about. Oh, the number 2 reason is because I'm pissed off to the highest points. What they call it, of pistivity. Ever heard of that? I am pissed off. That's why I'm doing it. But in a few moments, you're going to find out, boy, do I have a lot of patience. And it has just run out. I've tried not to go here, you know, go live. Try to keep this, I don't know, out of the media, private, personal, you know, whatever. But being skewered. Okay, so let me a little bit more down home. Being treated like a dog, pretty much, as far as I'm concerned, my opinion. And got a lot of documents to, I believe, prove to somebody out there that which you could equate that to being probably treated worse than a dog, actually, in the court system in Texas. Fort Worth, Texas. Tarrant County, Texas. The Tom Vandergriff Civil Courts Building in Fort Worth, Texas. In the 67th courtroom. Okay, so what's left? Me naming names? Well, look, I'm sure many of you people that are of a certain, you know, kind of middle age and then middle age and up should be familiar with the, hopefully I don't mispronounce names, but the Erin Brockovich. Okay, which part of my computer cannot stay not showing laundry baskets and stuff? You guys, you know. Anywho, the Erin Brockovich story. It was made into a movie, and actress Julia Roberts, one of my favorites, played the role of Miss Erin Brockovich. And that happened approximately 20 years ago, as of last year, I believe. So 2018 or 2019, I believe, was the 20th anniversary of Erin Brockovich. Just look the story up because I don't want to get it wrong. You know, that was over 20 years ago. Hello. I didn't look it up right before I went live. I said I was pissed off. Anywho, and this is not just about being pissed off. This is trying to, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. So it's trying to protect, it's a public service announcement. It's trying to protect the public, you guys, so you wouldn't be sitting in my chair. So of course I don't have to do that. Plus, letting you guys know what it is that you don't want to have to deal with. So anywho, back to the Erin Brockovich. She was a young lady. I'm not exactly sure what her position was, but look it up, Wikipedia, whatever. Watch the movie. It's excellent. But she, very tirelessly went after some company, talking to the people that were getting sick. Something was happening at a company. I don't know if it's the water, the plant, one of those kind of movies, those kinds of situations where local townsfolk, whatever it was, were getting ill. And she just, I want to say relentlessly, but she just tirelessly went after that. And after, boy, do I know, a lot of work and a lot of frustration. This lady had and has, I don't know what her status is now, a lot of heart. And again, I think she actually worked at a law firm, not necessarily a lawyer, a licensed lawyer at the time she was doing this, but she at least, worked at a law firm. I don't know if she was a secretary or a clerk, whatever. Again, look it up. Don't have me wrong. So that particular instance where she was just trying her best as a regular person, sort of, a lay person, a non-licensed lawyer, to seek justice about this problem for apparently the locals who didn't know what to do. They didn't have money to hire lawyers and go up against a big company and all that. So watch that movie. It's a really good one. And if you don't have time to watch the movie, just look up the history of it. It actually happened. And you'll kind of get the point, really. But you'll get the point of that movie instead of me spending a lot of time trying to remember a movie that I saw 20 years ago, really. So I brought that up because we all have the right to represent ourselves. Now, most people that don't know that are probably like, whoa, I didn't know that, or why would I know what the heck I'm doing? Well, doesn't mean you don't have the right. And it doesn't mean that it's easy because it's not. Nothing is easy. Let's start there. Let alone representing yourself. Well, it's not even necessary for people that are licensed, that are in the judiciary, lawyers, judicial personnel, judges, all of it. So obviously it's a very huge and hugely important system. So easy, really? Who knew? I didn't. So the point of it is that imagine yourself. Oh, well, before we go there, look up the 14th Amendment of the Constitution with regards to your right to represent yourself. It's called being a pro se. Let me spell it for you. P-R-O, and then S-E, litigant. Litigant meaning litigating, lawsuit stuff. I'll say maybe a Latin word. There are a lot of Latin words in law. So, here we go with the connection being unstable, a little error reading there, trying to reconnect. So some of you guys that have watched some of the other videos of my series, especially on Labor Day, unfortunately, there's a lot of internet traffic right now. And I think the Emmys are on tonight. So just as usual, it's always something. So if I point or pause myself, it's because the live stream is trying to reconnect itself. Okay. So then I'll just either wait or something, because it'll freeze me, or you'll still see my lips moving like some movies in some countries, the sound is going past the lips or whatever. whatever the case, this is very important. It's not something that happens often. I personally don't know or have heard of, read, seen, or have been told of any other situation of such of this magnitude of a pro se problem, probably since the Erin that timing and that movie. And if there is one, put it in the comments. Or if you're a pro se litigant out there, or if you've been one and you had a huge to do or whatever, well, don't let me jump in the way. Let's just jump right in, and then we can be on the pro se and working thing. And I don't know who you are. Then I don't want to steal your thunder, but I'm talking about this lightning storm that I've been involved in. Okay, so. And what that I'm aware of. Well, because I'm a pro se now, I probably won't get that movie thing and all of that. I'm not trying to either, because I'm the wrong skin color. And I'm not saying that because I think I'm the wrong skin color. What is this? My series about slavery and racism and, everything in between. Meaning, if you read the description of the series, it talks about systemic racism and blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, that's what I'm talking about tonight, that I'm pissed off about, that I'm upset about, that I want to warn the public about, that I want to help you guys so that you're never me. And hopefully this will never happen again. This is one of those never happen again things, I hope. So having the right to represent yourself. Pro se litigant under the Constitution. Now, check this out. The majority of pro se litigants, which is probably why most of you guys don't hear about this much, like on the news or like nowhere really, is because the majority of people that represent themselves because of kind of their circumstance are prisoners. People that are in prison, and with some time on their hands, no pun intended, in whatever aspect of their criminal cases that they know or feel were unjust or unfair, or, they want to show some new evidence or fight this part or that part, because, their freedom is gone. So, if they feel they have a case where, they can look up and, go through the procedures to try to make their case from inside of a prison, that's what they do. And that would be to the tune of about 95% of pro ses are people that are incarcerated. 95%. I'm getting that off of information that I'll give you the source online, legal information. So I need to see what year that is, because it could have been in the last few years or more current. So the 95% could be 98 or 92, but the one I read was 95%. It's a large percent. That's why you don't hear about it. So let's just base it on that example of 95% for right now. Well, that just leaves 5%. No wonder we don't hear about it. Oh, y'all don't hear about it. You hadn't heard about it. 5% is very tiny compared to 95%. And that 5% would be people that are non-prisoners that represent themselves pro se. They exist. Go to some websites and type in pro se litigant cases. These would probably be cases that are closed. And there's some pro se litigant websites, because I've gone to some of them some years ago. And boy, do they let you know what they went through and how hard it was and how unfair and unjust. And there's something called pro se sickness or illness or something. It's like a disease, you get so worn out from not just the work, because you guys are like, well, I mean, what do you guys think? You're just going to represent yourself and not do any work? Of course not. But it's not just the work, because lawsuits and litigation, they are a lot of work, as I said earlier. No, it's the unfairness is a nice word in actually, which is not. That's just too tiny of a word. It's beyond reason. It's beyond exhausting. And in a lot of cases, it's just beyond lawlessness. You know, it's just a wild, wild west. You know, you just don't have a snowball's chance. You can have the best evidence in the West, you know, or the best evidence or the best evidence in comparison to your opponents that generally are represented by licensed lawyers. They may not have any defense against your evidence at all. Zero. Zilch. But that's not what they're there for. They're not there to be nice to you, kind to you, represent you, be fair, not the opposing party. The judge is supposed to be there to be fair. And the jury, let's get that straight. And sometimes the judge is the judge and the jury if you have bench trial without a jury. Anyway, but the opposing party that the lawyers are representing, the people or person that you're suing or company that you're suing, they're not there for you. They're supposed to be professional. In many cases they are, or polite, or, you know, before COVID, you know, shake hands, okay, kind of like how they do a boxing match before it starts, you know, shake hands, okay, and then we'll sit in the corners and come out like Brahma bulls. I mean, who thought of that one? You know, we know that trick. But anyway, they're not there for you. You didn't hire them. You're not their client. You could be, I don't know, 195 years old. They're not, well, nobody's going to get 195, but you guys get it. They're not there for you. The other, the party that you're suing, which more likely than not has a licensed lawyer or two or three or four that they've hired or that they just have, that they regularly retain. They could be maybe a nice person in their personal life or their real life or whatever, but in that lawsuit, in that courtroom, they're not there for you. They're the opposing party. I mean, they're kind of your proverbial nemesis, or I don't know, enemy or something, who knows? So let's just get that straight. So to represent yourself pro se in litigation, you know, lawsuits, courts, majority prisoners do it, you know, in the criminal court system because they don't have a choice. I mean, they're locked up, so do a lot of their own representation by studying and learning things in the prison law libraries. But out here in the public, same as them, you have a constitutional right to represent yourself, and you have the right of equal protection under the law, you know, constitution. You have the right of due process. And I know many of you guys have heard that before, due process. You know, you hear it all the time, all this stuff that goes on in politics and in this and that. And, you know, if you're watching the news and you hear these legal terms, you hear, you know, due process. And this all basically it's your rights under the law, equal protection under the law, your right to present your grievances to the government. Courts are government entities as well. Okay. So something happens to you, you are harmed by someone or someone that owns something that harms you. And you have, it's the little working thing is going. So I could be cutting. Okay, it's gone. You have the right. That person is liable for your something in their building, whatever the case. You have the right to, they are liable to you for that harm. So you have the right to seek remedy for that harm, take your grievances to the court, file a lawsuit. Let's just, you know, make it clear. And yes, you should be more than just, you know, hurt and mad or sad or, you know, a little Band-Aid cut and, you know, no evidence at all. Boy, good luck with that one. Not saying you didn't get harmed, but you've certainly got to have more than you're mad, sad, and you got a Band-Aid cut and somebody harmed you and did you wrong, whatever. Oh, you gotta come with more than that. But check this out. You can come with a Mount Everest motherlode Krakatoa volcano amount of evidence, and with the way pro se litigants are often treated, especially the little peanut 5% of us out here that dare to attempt it. Your Krakatoa evidence and your Krakatoa, look that up. It's called Krakatoa. I think it was like the largest volcanic eruption or something ever in history. Fascinating story. It's kind of a short film. Man, you just pulled it up really fast and you'll go, whoa, I'm glad she mentioned that. That's really a great story about Krakatoa. Anyway, you can have the Krakatoa evidence and the Krakatoa harm and situation, whatever. And basically, it's even, especially in like our case, I'm a party of some other people, but I'm just the one that chose to go live. You know, I'm the courageous, bold one. I guess that's what you want to call me. And I'm not, this is not like I'm bold. What? No, I'm mad. Really? I mean, do you really think that I want to be a live stream to who knows where about something that has nothing to do with y'all other than me trying to protect you from it? And besides, I kind of got, it may be a good movie, but I kind of got tired of hearing that whoever was winning the movie called, it sounds like the poop word, but it's spelled with the S, you know, with a C in it, something Creek. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to keep watching them getting awards. I'm not hating on them. Good, clap, clap, yay! They were winning some awards. Nothing against them, but that's art and fiction and Emmys, and that sounds like Crap Creek, but it's, you know, spelled the way that it's spelled. Look it up. Look it up. Who's winning? Is winning something on the Emmys that sounds like Craps Creek? Okay. I don't want to say it, you know. I'm not trying to be, you know, bothering people winning Emmys, and I'm not trying to say curse words, okay? So, but I feel like I don't have time to be watching them win Emmys about something that sounds like Crap Creek. I've been up at Craps Creek, and I'm not winning any Emmy for that. So I don't need to be watching that. So I thought, well, let's see, choice. Watch that or do this. I chose to do this. Am I smiling? So moving right along with this pro se litigant nightmare on freaking put all of the major scary movies together, and they're not scarier than this. Was Nightmare on Elm Street, freaking Michael, you know, whatever, Halloween, Chainsaw Massacre, whatever. But throw some more on there. Pick about 50. I don't even know if there are 50, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? I kind of will. Put those together, and that's like, compared to this junk. Did I say junk? The little thing is working. So if this is getting cut off, oh, trust, I'll say enough for you to get it. Did I say junk with regards to a pending case that I'm involved in as a pro se litigant in court, in the 67th court, Tom Vandergrift Civil Court? Did I say junk? Yes, I did, didn't I? I didn't stutter. I I've waited a long time to not do this. I'm telling you, I did. Because you guys are probably like, well, what is the case about, dummy? No, dummy, I'm not. But I know you're probably thinking, what's the case about? Well, let's see. How do I summarize a hot mess? It's a bunch of junk that's been going on for some years. Well, look at the title that I put, like on the YouTube thingy. I had to kind of put it, summarize it the best I could. You guys are probably like, NFL? What is she talking about? A game? No. Now, picture this. I'm going to put you guys, or whoever that cares. And if nobody cares, then guess what I can do about that? It starts with an N. Anybody want to guess? Okay. And don't think I'm trying to be smarty pants. Yeah, I said I came on to try to help the people. And the trained professionals, licensed, you legal people out there, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking to the people, we the people, especially minorities, but even whites. First of all, most people are aware that people with means and clout and money and all, they seem to magically avoid jail, get out of jail quick. Light sentences. Well, that's the same thing, I think. Okay. A couple of days or some junk. Of course they can make bail. End up at places where it's like they might as well not even be there. It's like resort style, because I guess it has to match their life. I haven't seen anything in law. Y'all can Google and look things up and go to your local libraries, but I haven't seen anything that says because you are okay. So, okay, it was like a little belch I was trying to hold in or whatever. I just had a sandwich. Okay. So I tried to hold off as long as I could. It's getting late. I have stuff to do. So excuse me if y'all saw my chest heave a little bit. Okay, I can't hold it no more. I'm upset about this, so don't think I'm fixing to be like, oh, kiki kaka, because I'm not. I'm shaking my head and rocking my head and all of that. Y'all know how much money I've paid? I'm somebody to me, to Ish. Ish means me. And somebody to God, my Father in heaven, my creator, the one that I love, that loves me, that I serve, that I love, and I love his creation and all of that. And to whatever little few people that, love me, whoever they, I guess, supposedly, whichever of your family members, your household love you, by default, blood thicker than mud, whatever, you born into them. So I not like you that much, but your girlfriends, the ones, and your guy friends, the ones that you hold on to, whatever they holding on to you, whatever. And your pets, if you have it, and the pets probably love you the most. Anyway, look, I don't have no as big as State Farm. Did I say State Farm? See, State Farm, y'all got something to do with this? All of a sudden it said it was trying to reconnect. Anyway, I was just kind of messing around. But then again, who knows? Y'all know how to do the big folks. Big folks work versus the little folks. The underdogs. I'm an underdog. I'm a nobody. I'm a nothing. I'm like this little paper here. What was in this paper? I guess some gum. Yeah, like what some gum was in. I'm less than that. And State Farm is not the only company in this lawsuit. They're just the largest. So, judging from, if you watch this from the beginning, the laundry basket stuff that you saw over there, that's high. Not that rich people can't be messy, but I'm not rich. And then I, fixed a little thing where you couldn't see it because I thought I had that under control. And just generically, I mean, do y'all know me? Look at my new YouTube channel. I don't even have 200 views. So that does not appear to make me like infamous or, world renowned. I don't care. People live stream stuff all the time, and I come across and I be like, what? I still might watch it, even if it's crazy or throat or whatever. I'm actually telling y'all something that you'll probably never come across, and you never want to. But if you ever do, you're going to remember what I said. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, it was this lady or chick or whatever. I remember this. That's because, have you guys ever been in a situation? I'm going to get back to who did what. You ever been in a situation to where you were in a car accident, mind your own business, boom, here comes somebody. Just tow your car up. You just bought it even. Used car, brand new car. Or you're somewhere and some following. It just, the list of things calamities that can happen to you because of somebody else's stuff. Or, what does it call it? I won't say laziness, but maybe that too, but this is negligence. See, I'm so tired and burnt out. I can't halfway think of words I can use 100,000 times. Negligence and gross negligence in a lot of cases. Then you go through all kinds of people like, oh my gosh, I'm going to sue because this got messed up and, oh, I'm hurt and this is a problem and, oh, I'm inconvenienced and this and that. And I'm sure what most of you regular people like me, average folk, do, because very well-off and riches money people do, they call a lawyer, a licensed lawyer, be like, ooh, or he may take care of this. We're not talking about them. I'm talking about y'all. People will be like, ooh, I need to sue or whatever. I need to call a lawyer on TV or, you call your family members or your friends. I need a lawyer, whatever. I don't have no money, can y'all help me get a lawyer? All of that. And if it's car stuff, what you do first, you file an insurance claim, sometimes on your own, or you get one of those car wreck lawyers for them to handle your insurance claim. And many of you all know how that hot mess goes. That's a hot mess. Auto insurance claims. Now, that's something I don't have to tell y'all that much about because most people are familiar with and experienced with a hot mess of an auto insurance claim. Anywho. Okay, so back to this rant. So somebody else won't have to pigeonhole this or me as I'm ranting. How about I say it's a rant? How about that? How about that? How about I call it a rant? Even if it's not a rant, how about just go and call it one? So we can get that out the way. So that if somebody else calls me, well, she already called it a rant, so you late. See what I'm saying? So, before I go any further, because it's already been 35 minutes, I'm fixing to read something to y'all real quick. And if it's not quick enough for you, y'all know what to do. Boop. Right? When I'm looking all buck-eyed and stuff, didn't I say I was pissed off? Did you miss the first part? If you're just now tuning in, I'm pissed off. upset, disillusioned, aggravated, distressed, under duress. Okay, all of those good words. So that's why I used to look frown when I do that and eyes bucking. So I'm not happy about this junk. I'm trying to help y'all. So, I'm trying to help somebody out there. And I hope it don't look like I care what nobody think about it, because I don't. Ooh. Sure don't. Because I'm not going to say no curse word. None of that. So you can forget all that. I'm not going to do none of that. Peep this. Check it out. If y'all hear some loud stuff going on, look, it's quarantine, pandemic. I should have said this at first. I already mentioned the Lord, my Father in heaven. My sincerest and deepest condolences to I know the nickname Notorious to the infamous, wonderful, honorable Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, for real, not for play. My sincerest condolences. I've seen many fighters, and I respect them all, especially the civil rights fighters and just fighters, people that believe in the right thing. And I just have to say, I don't know if I'm sure maybe it exists, but me seeing documentaries about her life, her story, I don't know if I've seen anybody fight so hard to live for justice. I've seen people fight hard for justice for other people. I don't know if I've seen people fight so hard to live for justice for other people. Y'all know what I'm saying? It's kind of, it's similar, but one is fighting hard for justice and perhaps not living that long for one reason or another. The other one is fighting to stay alive as long as they can to old age for justice and for other people. That's one for the not only the history books. I don't know if she ever got on to be ignorant, because I'm pretty well versed, well read, and well traveled, but I've been so busy with this freaking lawsuit junk, pro se litigant for the longest. I probably missed some stuff. And if you watch a couple of videos back, a little picture there behind it, a little beach. I love the beach, remember? I haven't been on vacation since the Mavericks won the championship. The Dallas Mavericks. So look that up and you'll know the last day I was on vacation, and that's a shame. But that's my child's problem. And then, now it's a pandemic and stuff. We all just trying to make it. And I was going to say, see, jumping around. I said I was pissed off. I didn't say I was going to be like hyper-focused. This is not, I thought about, should I have a bullet list? Should I prepare? No! I know this story in my sleep. It's more authentic with me doing it just like this, just like this, just like this. I'm mad and tired. I'm exhausted. I'm so tired. My hair is tired. I'm so tired. My scalp is tired. Heck, I'm so tired. My hair follicles are tired. Okay, well, that's enough tired. Y'all get it. Look, jumping subjects. Don't think I forgot. The Honorable Justice, may she rest in peace, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. If that honorable justice, I can even say that woman, I can say lady, I can even say woman, there's so much honor to her life. If that honorable justice, heroine of a lady, wife, mother, friends, family member, justice. She might have had a superhero cape or something. She did. It was black, and she had a little white thing in front of it. That was her superhero cape, first of all. But if she has not ever received like a Nobel Peace Prize or whatever, some of this high, you can go honors or whatever in life, well, posthumously, that means after you have passed, for those who are wondering what the word means, obviously there are many people that know what it means and there's some that don't. It's stuff I didn't know, so I'm not trying to act out like I know everything. But I do understand to say posthumously, then she needs to get one. She needs a towering statue right there in front of the Supreme Court, if it's legal, or nearby. She needs her name all on stuff and up and really I was gonna say up in lights, but it's not sure. Well, she liked theater and stuff too. Her name not only can she not be forgotten, she must be remembered forever and ever. The world can come to an end when like they show those futuristic shows about the trees and stuff taking back over the building, and they always show the Statue of Liberty them fell in the oceans. Yeah, really scare us to death. Well, maybe not that far down, but long after her name needs to be something that is still on something for survivors from a titan, a giant, And out of respect for her beloved soul, may she rest in peace. And because I'm all upset and stuff about this, then I'll leave it there because I don't want to, I don't want to mix the two. And my condolences to all of the 200,000, maybe in a few plus, people that have died from COVID. Those people are related to somebody. I saw on a news thing, I guess it was last night or the night before, one of the journalists, I'm not going to mention any names, went out and did a little interview of some people and was surprised of how little, I don't know if it's because they don't care or people trying to survive or they caught up in their own thing, a combo thereof, how little people knew about the numbers being, into the 200,000 mark, and maybe obviously a little bit plus, a few plus over now per day. I was like, oh, I'm trying to do a public service announcement / I'm upset. And I'm just thinking to myself, really, peeps? That means people. Us the people, we the people. I didn't just say black people. People, y'all. People of all colors, white, I said white first that time, but I didn't the last time. Don't be trying to keep track. I get sick of that. Did you say white first? Did you say black first? Black, white, whatever. Everybody. I said y'all. It's a Texan thing. Y'all mean everybody. You all. I don't discriminate. That's one thing I don't do. I love everybody. I don't necessarily like everybody. That's all across the board. I want the best for everybody. That's all across the board. So I'm, if I've got a channel talking about slavery and racism that I'm very, very impassioned about. So obviously I care about my own people, about myself. I was trying to give my condolences. So let's not go there right now with the other subjects. I mean, subjects I'm supposed to be on. So to the beloveds lost to COVID, people that have recovered, that have been ill, that are ill right now, that are sitting at home right now, whether you're famous, whether you're not, whether you're scared, whether you're close to possibly passing, or whether you're close to getting out of the hospital, or whether you just got home, or whether you're close to just it being over with and you're back well. I'm cheering you on, and all of your caregivers, family members, of course, your loved ones, friends, and everybody, but the caregivers that cared for you that you may not even remember their names at these hospitals and clinics and wherever you went, from getting the test or running into the emergency room, scared and not knowing if you were going to make it out, not knowing if the hospital staff and everything was going to basically your last family from another mother. Because oftentimes it's who you touch last, who holds you last, who gazes eyes with you last. That's not necessarily who you love. That's just as the body leaves, as the spirit leaves, that's just the last person you see. So fight. Those of you in the hospital beds and stuff, fight. Follow the instructions, eat the nasty food, whatever, fight. And the loved ones who've lost the people to COVID-19, it's too soon for you to get over them. Please don't let anybody tell you that you're over it yet. You're going to have to get over it. No, you don't. Healing is necessary, but it can take time. It can take a while. It can take a lifetime. Take your time. If you're really struggling, depending on who it was and how things were for them, please talk to a counselor or somebody. Most of them are pretty nice. Even though they're like the 24-hour hotlines, counseling hotlines, most of them are pretty cool. You have a couple of them that just seem like a spawn of Satan, but the majority, some of them, I called a couple of them in my lifetime, and I was like, I may not remember the name, but I remember either the concern I had at the time, question, but I remember the advice or the response. I'll never forget. So see that unknown person on the other line during that time, stay with me. So just tell your story, warn others like you're decently lost loved ones, no matter what anybody says. Find healing at your own pace. But do look for it. Yeah, that this is important enough to get into and get in front of my rant, if you will, but not really, about this horrible systemic racism that I and my family have endured in this loss. You can't force an attorney to take your case, and most seasoned attorneys, they don't need your money when you're poor or a regular person. So if they don't really need your money, then why they need your case? And if you're a minority, how do you know they're not racist? And so forth and so on. So what you're going to do if you've been harmed, legitimately harmed by someone or something in a serious manner? You've got 2 years to file a civil lawsuit for criminal. So what are you going to do if you don't have the money from start to finish to hire a professional? Just let it go? Somebody hurt your kid, your car, your house, your sibling. I mean, in a bad way, your mom, your dad. Somebody hurt them intentionally, recklessly, negligently, gross negligent. You're just going to let it go? Some people do. A lot of people do. They don't know what to do. You call a few lawyers, oh my gosh, this happened, this and that. Or you email, because a lot of lawyers are online, chat rooms and a personal injury case, whatever it is. Email here and whatnot, chat room. Then you spill your little guts, your personal information. Call me, either you don't get a response, or for the few kind souls that exist in the legal world, yeah, you get a response saying, unfortunately, can't help you. You know why? Because who are you? I'm not going to sit up and spend their time either paying up front, contingency basis stuff. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Not knowing if they can win your case. Who gonna pay them back? What do you think is hard work? They may empathize with you, but in Texas or in the United States or even on Earth, don't care to. I'm talking about the ones that wrote me back or didn't. And then that 2 years, because this is a civil matter, civil case. It's not that civil, but you know what I mean, civil case versus criminal. That 2 years, you think, well, I got 2 years. Honey, time flies when you're not having fun. Yeah, I said it the other way. It's supposed to be time flies when you're having fun. Woo! Well, it flies when you're not having fun too. Next thing you know, a year is going. You're like, oh, well, I got a year. Next thing you know, a year and a half is going. Like, well, I got 6 months. Next thing you know, you've got a couple of weeks. You're like, what? I still don't have the money. And I'm still hurting. Your leg, your whatever it is. Your car's still gone. You lost your job. Maybe you got another. You're catching a bus. Whatever you're doing. You're still harmed. Some more harm has grown from that. Harm tends to grow for some reason. Sprout legs, tentacles like octopus, or grow like those flowers that you just plant one and they're everywhere. I forget what they call. What they call them? Y'all know what they're called, flowers that are around buildings or whatever. Look, it'll come to me as soon as this live stream is over. I'm thinking, now you know darn well that's what those flowers were called. But who cares, right? And next thing you know, just like what's happened to me several times in my lifetime, it's like the day before the 2-year statute of limitations. And you're like, you got to be kidding me. And if you're a spiritual person in whatever religion, I'm a Christian, you like sweating and praying, oh, Lord, surely, this can't happen to me. You've got to help me. I've got to, I couldn't get a lawyer. I've tried, but I can't let justice get away. I need some of my money back, or my car back, or some of my health back, or I need something. And what do I do? Because if I don't do anything at all before 12:01 midnight of this last day of the 2-year statute of limitations, in civil case matters, then I can never do anything. It's just a total loss, and I can't even seek justice. Lawyer, no lawyer. I got to do something, up your little coin. And by then, you've pretty much already figured out what to do. You're going to do it. And if not, you scrambling that last day. Googling, and I'm serious. Like, okay, well, how do I file? I got to get this in the courthouse myself. How much it costs? $300-something. Really? Dang. Huh. Guess I need to call and make a payment arrangement on that light bill or something. If I was really young, not putting young people down, because a lot of young people have showed their tenacity, their courage, and smarts. They know some stuff. We'd be like, dang, we dumb. And I know I'm not dumb. But what I mean is trying to reconnect. We'll see. Your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. Okay, it went away. Oh, I'm just telling it like a TI is. That means I'm telling it like it is. Look at my other videos if you want to. You'll see that I speak very well. But at the same time, I'm at home, so I speak, chill too. I'm trying to be as chill as possible and give condolences and honor to God and Justice, honorable, wonderful, God bless him, so the famous RBG and COVID and people that have lost their jobs. I'm not finished. Now I'll jump back to the lawsuit thing because I'm gonna shut that down kind of quick. I'm not gonna go through no whole years. Look, an NFL player's son who also has played in the NFL. Want me to tell you which teams? That's what y'all want to know, huh? Hit our car. Driving under the influence of alcohol. 2016. Did y'all get that? It's 2020. So now you understand why I said I'm tired and disillusioned. Now you get it. So what I was saying, jumping subjects a little bit. If I was much younger, then I might try to, throw some little ha-ha-ha's up in here, whatever, just being young, younger. Well, I'm not. This is not funny. I'm a goofy person, so I have, I don't know, as I've been told, and I know too, a funny way of present myself or whatever, and not necessarily everywhere. You think I'm gonna do this at church or the library, or if I were giving a public speech or, performing, singing? I'm not auditioning. Really? Said I was upset, but I'm not so upset where I don't have a heart. So back to the people I'm concerned about. Gave my condolences, and she deserves a Nobel Peace Prize and whatever else they got. All the awards on earth. That's what Honorable Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg deserves. And her statue, not just because she's a woman and I'm a woman, her statue needs to be the tallest. Kind of like the tallest statue in the world of a person. That's what I think. Anybody that fights and wills themselves to live for the justice of people, yeah, they need a statue taller than everybody's. Somebody get that petition going, because I'm tired. I don't have time to get no petition going because I'm dealing with a lawsuit from years later. Really? Why? Because of the color of my skin. Does it look kind of light? I mean, I'm not bright skinned. Didn't we? I went over this in some of the slavery racism videos about that light skin, brown skin, black skin, who's light and whatever. Child, please. Every shade of an African slave was mistreated in one shape, form, or others. And in a lot of cases that you hadn't studied, some of the fairer skin, most of the fairer skinned women were raped all the time. So anyway, I don't want to mix that with my condolences, but I'm just saying, I'm the wrong color because I'm not white. It don't matter if it's honey, glow, or whatever. And it's not about these braids, because when we were having hearings in court, I didn't have my hair like this. So it's not about my hair. I had my hair fixed like white women's hair. Wigs and stuff, curls and straight. Just because one, it was cute on me. But I'm just saying, kind of like the more conservative, professional look when you go into court. But it didn't matter. I'm the wrong skin color. My persona, my personality, my heart and Christian, and it hasn't mattered so far. Just like it won't matter with most of you all out there if you don't do something about it. Do something about it, as in listen, learn, know your rights, learn your rights. Don't just go to church and listen to preachers. Listen to the preacher, read the Bible, study, show yourself approved. Don't just watch the news. Study the news. Don't just watch politics. Study politics. Don't just listen about voting in election. Study it. Anyway, okay, so that's soapbox. And who I was giving condolences. Oh, the people that have lost their jobs. Now, that is not funny. For all of you people out there that are filthy rich, well, God bless you. No hate. Especially, I mean, even if you inherited the wealth, you got blessed as coming into the world. But if you worked hard for your riches and what, God bless you. And now, how much you helping other people? I'm not fixing to get on that soapbox, because you blessed to be a blessing. And food banks need money, yes, they do. But then what? People that have worked their whole lives and they got kids and you in school, you out of school, COVID school, and people's cars probably getting repossessed here and yonder, and food stamps getting cut off, or if they even got them or can't get through to the unemployment phones, or got through and got the other money and then had to wait all this time and then getting the less money, but there's Visa blank or whatever. I can't tell y'all what to do, but I guarantee you, if I was rich, and I already said it in one of my other videos, and I meant it, give me a bunch of money and see what I do with it. Yeah, I'm just kind of saying it. But I'm just saying. Y'all know I can't tell y'all what to do. The shoe fit, put it on your size. And I don't care what you think about me and my eyes and my hair and all of that. I don't care. Do I want someone to care about my situation? Only if you want to, sweetie. I said this is a public service announcement so that you all won't have to go through this junk trying to fight for just because of what somebody did to you. Celebrity status. And I'm not against celebrities, because there's a bunch of celebrities that, I've been watching and following and mimicking since I was a kid. So this ain't no celebrity hate. This ain't no hate, period. I'm not a hateful person. So all that shade and, hey, where y'all get them things from? I'm old school. Who does that? Y'all? Anyway, look. These people that are out of work with these kids and stuff that are workers, and there's no job for them to go to, or a different job, I don't know, minimum wage or something, when they were actually making decent wages. They've been working these jobs for years. Put yourself in their shoes. If you're getting pay every month for some reason, whether it's pension or disability or whatever the case, well, isn't that a blessing? I'm talking about the people that there's nothing coming in. Really? They need more than food. They're sitting around waiting on stimulus checks and, what about our apartments and what about our mortgage and this and that? And this is Blacks, Latinos, all races, all colors. And it's not just, you talking about some middle and upper middle Blacks, whites, and Latinos and other people that have very good careers are in trouble if they didn't have savings or emergency funds or good credit or good credit cards, or mama and them house or grandma and them. I mean, how much money can you have? How much money can you spend? Yeah, you need to have a lot of money if you got it, and it's yours, and to leave for your generations if the world is still here. If the world ain't here, the money, I mean nothing. But if it's here, because you earned it, and thereby your generation earned that money. So yeah, but I mean, my gosh, some of y'all got to go way on into the next universe. Anyway, I'm not going to get all over the people pocketbooks. Anyway, that's you, between you and God, or the God you serve. Okay, so that's anybody as far as empathy and let me just say, God bless you, and I'm gonna put you on the prayer list when I pray tonight, because I do it every day anyway. Pray for the world. I used to be one of those kids, pray for the grasshoppers and ants. That's me. So I'm gonna make sure I pray for everybody and who's having a problem and I don't care what color you are, everybody. Okay, but back to this right here, because this was the whole purpose. This has been an hour. Really? Jeez. It's a trip. A mess, really. Listen at this. And then I'm going to give y'all the source of this, so you can just pull it up. And don't get it confused. I already said about 95% of people that represent themselves, because they kind of don't have a choice, are people that are in prison. So about just 5% of people like me. So that's not a whole lot of people, but yeah, because look how hard it is. I wouldn't be all on YouTube streaming live, bucking my eyes and stuff, telling my Kool-Aid. That means telling your business. Anyway, the difficulties of pro se representation are shared by prisoners and non-prisoners. Number one, most pro se appearances are not voluntary. Aware of the disparity in legal skills between attorneys and laymen, we are laymen, lay people, regular folks. Few individuals able to afford assistance of counsel choose to proceed pro se. Few individuals, one would be me, ish, and my family members involved. Okay, it is not surprising then that most pro se litigants represent themselves because of an economic inability to procure counsel to get a licensed lawyer or a licensed attorney. The inability of a substantial portion of American society, I'm going to give you guys this source, to gain access to attorney assistance has been deemed one of the glaring failures. I mean to scream if you have your thing. Let me see, my thing turned up enough. I'm going to be real mad if I had it too low. That's a little low. Well, I hope y'all can hear me, because I usually have it halfway. I had it on 29. I'm going to put up just a little bit more. I hope y'all can hear me. I'll be real mad if I watch it back and be like, blah, 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 I'll be like, oh, what a waste. Okay, where was I? Assistance has been deemed one of the glaring failures of our system, straining the principle of equal justice under the law. The causes of this problem are numerous. Indigents have no constitutional or statutory right to counsel in a civil case. And there's been some changes to that, but I'll have to tell you about that later. But, let's just go by this for now. And no such right in habeas corpus proceedings, just to get them out of illegal incarceration, unless, alleged illegal incarceration, unless absence of counsel would render the proceeding fundamentally unfair. Oh, well, there you go. See, that other part I was telling you about, which is some updated rules and issues and ways of getting counsel. Basically, legal disability and stuff. There are some case law and rules regarding that. And I'm not trying to give a pro se class. That would have to be a different video. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna give you guys this source, and y'all can go pro se and go from there. Okay, they have pro se litigant books and all. I'm not saying about run out trying to be no pro se now. Trying to warn you, not saying not to do it. I'm letting you know not only is it difficult, but not only we're experiencing horrendous systemic racism, to this ultimate height. But whatever race you are, when you're a regular person, which is basically a nobody to the system. Talk about an uphill battle hard. But God is a God of justice, and God wants us to seek justice. And I want some justice. So I don't know, 1, 2, 3. Watch my other videos. I said come in 3. I speak in 3s, because if I got to go to 4 now, you done upset me. I'm thinking something wrong with you. You ought to get it in 3. That was 3. The Federal Judicial Center has concluded that currently it is not feasible to provide counsel to indigents in civil rights cases. Again, that's another situation. Anyway. Furthermore, there is no mandate by the American Bar Association requiring work, and many of you have heard of pro bono, which is free work. Of course, they're not required to do that, lawyers. Thus, it is difficult for an indigent, a poor, whatever, somebody can't afford legal counsel. like us litigant to find an attorney willing to handle civil cases. And again, throw on the other thing, their preference, how busy they are, if they already are well established and got money, or if they don't care too much for your case, your situation, they might have some kind of ties with whoever you're suing, be this, you the wrong color, let's go down the street. See, when I didn't say it kind of halfway sideways. When I do that, I done kind of got a little bit more comfortable. When I do that, that doesn't mean I'm comfortable. That means my attitude is kind of zero. Now, let me correct that, because attitude is everything. So I don't mean my regular life attitude, because attitude is everything. You must have a good and a positive attitude in life. Now, I'm talking about my attitude about this situation that I'm in is zero minus. It's below sea level. That's why I'm doing this. And the people involved, let them find out about this video. I'm like, she finna start naming names. Nobody's bigger than God. God is bigger than the devil all day long. With God before me, who shall I fear? Let no weapons formed against me prosper. In Jesus' name, amen. The increase in billable hours. Increase, now you heard that word increase by these lawyers. A lot of them, not all of them, but anyway. The increase in billable hours expected by law firms from their attorneys has dampened the incentive of many attorneys to pursue pro bono work, free, indigent, people work. Thus, it is difficult for an indigent litigant to find an attorney willing to handle civil cases. Don't I know? I don't care what happened to you, how bad it was, how unjust it was, or, you're like, well, my gosh, but this is not fair. I've got evidence, it's on video, this and that. Now, when people die, for some reason, news reporters and lawyers show up out of nowhere. And that's a good thing for those incidents and situations, police brutality and all of that. Well, yes, the spotlight needs to be on that. But the spotlight needs to be on this other abuse and racism and systemic racism and maltreatment too. It's not just happening with police interaction. And you don't have to be killed to be near dead. I'm not talking about just stressed out. I'm talking about your health taken away from you to where you can get sick enough and die from trying to seek justice in a civil court with a lawyer, let alone without one. Pro se, being a pro se litigant. You could die from stress, illness, lack of sleep, poor diet, just suck the life out of you. That's not funny. If you were already injured allegedly, and you got your evidence and all of that, well, how are you going to get better if you're fighting for years for the justice that what you got harmed back when, and you fighting, so you steadily getting harmed as it go. You all messed up. You beat down. If you ever get the justice, and most of the time you don't, well, you too tired. I mean, you're like, is that how it should be? No, I answered that for everybody who gave a darn. Forceful economic arguments have been directed at this contention, asserting that a meritorious claim, meaning a good case, will always find an attorney. That's a lie. But it's a contention. Like, well, if your case is good enough, you can get an attorney. That's a lie. That's a lie before God. But that's why it calls a contention. Anyway. But I'm saying that's a lie before it goes. It's a lie. Lie, L-I-E. Judge Posner, who is obviously a judge as a part of his writing, that's why I'm going to go up and give you the source real quick before I an hour and 17 minutes. Asserts that rather than presume that counsel should be appointed in civil cases, courts should, quote, subject the probable merit of the case to the test of the market, end quote. Okay. Just the probability that, ain't nobody trying to run up in no court playing and wasting nobody's time. They must have some merit. Let's hope and pray that they've got evidence and they know how to follow instructions and whatnot. Don't just, because you can't get a lawyer, you're screwed. Only justice is for the rich or the rich and connected, and especially if you're a minority and rich, then you might be okay just being a minority and rich, but you might need to be a minority and rich and connected in some cases. Really? Y'all know that's wrong. You know it's wrong every time you watch the news and TV and stuff. Y'all be sitting at home. Oh, that is so unfair. Oh, that is so wrong. But you know why it stays wrong? Because sit at home and say that's so wrong and unfair. Don't write Congress people. Don't write government. Don't say nothing. A lot of these people that work in government, guess what? Guess who pays them? Y'all, the people. Your taxes. The taxes that get taken out of your check when you start working at age 15. Sit at home and complain about stuff you see on the news or the internet and whatnot. And then go to the movies or order pizza. That's why the stuff stays like it is. I'm not blaming y'all. Some of the stuff you don't know. But now you know. Don't say you didn't know. Let me finish reading this real quick, and then I can give y'all a little bit more pumps about the case, and then I'm gone because my attitude, again, I've got to make sure we understand. We're talking about two different attitudes. Extremely positive. I'm talking about my attitude. Attitude is the one about life over here that's positive. My attitude is throwed over here about this case mess. Honey, and we got Racehorse Haynes evidence. Y'all know who Racehorse Haynes is? Look that up. Look what that means. A preponderance of evidence, the scales of justice. You're supposed to weigh the. Okay, well, this is the other party's evidence. You see, it's gone. It don't even exist. It's because the scale is like seesaw. We way down here. You can't see us. You can't see them. Really? Wrong skin color. Wrong station in life. A nobody. An unnamed. No one do an Oscar, an Emmy, or whatever. Really? Your connection is unstable. Please wait. We're trying to. Well, appreciate it. I'll keep going when it's reconnected because I'm probably getting paused and cut off and all of that. Okay, it's reconnected. I guess it went away. Let me try to finish because, like I said, my attitude over here is not getting any better because I've been living this for a long time. My family been living with this junk day in, day out from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. That's horrible. Since 2016. Why? Because these big companies. State Farm and Chrysler Capital. That's the other company. Oh, you thought I wasn't going to say them? Y'all still want to know who the NFL folks are, right? Just getting dogged out. It's a hot mess. Y'all should see the documents. Y'all be like, what? Y'all turned in all of that? Y'all been doing all of that on y'all with no lawyer? And you still haven't gotten any justice? Nothing? 2 years of fighting the insurance company, and then 2 years? Almost 2 years. October of 2020. from October 2020, 2018, when it was filed in court. Almost 2 years of fighting in court. Just want you to give up or something, I guess. And honestly, there's plenty of times that you want to give. Not really. I'm a fighter, so I'm never quitting. You get so worn down. You be like, you know what? Fine. I'll just be like the majority of people that don't get justice. That's what we're used to. All my money is wasted time. Our money. We just, wasted our time. We're nothing. We don't deserve justice. As usual, you guys are the big guys. You win. We give up. Anyway, in closing, I'm just going to say in closing, so I go and make myself close. I don't even know how many people watch, will watch, done watch, will ever watch, whatever. This argument contends that a litigant who is unable to retain counsel on a contingent fee does not have a meritorious case. So it's like, if you got a case, you ought to be able to get a lawyer. Because if you can't at least get a lawyer that'll take your good case on a contingency basis where you don't have to pay anything, you must not have no case. Really? The American Bar Association and the judicial system and all this stuff needs a revamp. How many average citizens out here are going to run their tails trying to file a lawsuit, don't have no into a court, paying all kinds of fees and money they don't have? If they weren't really harmed seriously enough in some aspect or by someone or a company or whatever, and don't know what they're doing and don't have the money to pay the fees to even try to fight for them. How many Americans going to do that have half of a brain? Of course, more likely than not, you have a meritorious case, or you wouldn't waste your time, your money, your life. These people are unfair, and the written law is not unfair. The people that are supposed to uphold it, most of them, for as I'm concerned, are. I didn't say all. This argument is problematic as pro se litigants face serious difficulties in retaining counsel, even on a contingency fee basis. See? Yeah. I've talked to plaintiffs like, oh, you got a good case. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to take it. So then you're supposed to crawl away. Okay. Guess I'll just be harmed or be without whatever it is I lost or whatever illness I got or poison or whatever. I got all kind of evidence, pictures and everything, witnesses, videos. I got all kind of, I was born a different color, like white, at least. And that does not mean white, poor, or average to poor. No, I'm talking about white, rich, connected. Lady Justice, like, I guess kind of like the Statute of Liberty, they made that a woman. Bring us your poor, whatever. And I was like, run them out of here these days. The Lady Justice, if you guys know about that, most of you do, you're a certain age, school, whatnot. And the scales of justice she's holding, and then she has a blindfold on her because justice is supposed to be blind to her. She's supposed to be blind to who this person is, and whether they're rich or poor, no matter what. They're going to snatch that blindfold right off her statue face. Because she must be peeking out from under it or something, because she seems like she can tell who is who. But since she's a statue, no, she can't tell who is who. The people you going before can see who is who. And gonna try to put a statue of Lady Justice out there as a symbol of, doesn't even the oath that judges take, they take an oath. To be fair to everybody under the law, whether you're rich or poor. No matter who you are. Yeah, right. Really? You know, all of this stuff that's written and not followed. I'm almost done because I don't want to irritate y'all because then we'd be all us will be upset. I'll be upset by what I'm talking about. Y'all be upset with me. Or be that just got upset with something. We have enough upsetness running around right now. We don't need no extra. So let me go on try to finish. My goodness. The vast majority of cases brought under Section 1983, which is a civil rights case or constitutional, the thing is trying to reconnect. Okay. Section 1983 is like a civil rights case or a constitutional violation rights case. So you hear civil rights, you think, some black people complain about something. Constitution is Constitution. White people, Mexicans, whoever, everybody. Puerto Ricans, all y'all. Constitutional, equal protection under the law, due process of the law, la 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 la. That's not just civil rights. Don't get it twisted. You know, for just a black people thing, are dismissed prior to trial. The majority of them are dismissed prior to trial. See, it is out the window. You go, waste of time. See what I'm saying? This stuff is not fair. Like the dude the other day I was watching on TV. Really? I don't know what state it was. Yeah, different states have, slightly different laws and rules. The thing gets reconnected. Somebody must not like what I'm saying, but I'm not surprised. Anywho, or it's just a lot of people live streaming. I know the WAP video is still probably very popular and people either liking it or not liking it or grading it and whatnot. Ain't doing but making them richer. Why are you passing judgment? Making them sit back and not have to do much. Because every time y'all click on that video to pass judgment on it, cha-ching. So I'm sure they don't mind. Judge on. Anywho, let's go back. Thus, only a somewhat, I'm almost done with this. Thus, only a somewhat adventurous attorney. That's a shame. An attorney has to be adventurous. What is it? A backpack going hiking in the woods with some bears and stuff? Only a somewhat adventurous attorney would be willing to accept a prisoner's civil rights case on a contingent fee basis. Well, who do that's not a shocker. Moreover, even if an attorney believes he could obtain a contingent fee, it is unlikely that the award of damages would be sufficiently high enough to even attract him, because there is no minimum amount in controversy in Section 1983 cases. An attractive award hardly is guaranteed in successful civil rights cases. Indeed, a recent 2-year survey revealed that only a small percentage of civil rights plaintiffs over the last 2 years obtained damages or settlements. Pro se litigants unable to secure an attorney on a contingent fee basis probably are unable to afford attorney fees. In civil cases, again, it's prisoner and non-prisoner, criminal and civil, whatever, all us, people, we the people, the average folks out here. In civil cases, high discovery costs. If you don't know what discovery is, that's during the periods of time that you're given in the case, both sides to be trying to discover stuff that other folks ain't let in on, that you don't know about. So you can present your cases right, build them right, your strategies and whatnot, your arguments and who shall judge your hearings and whatnot. You have a period of time to do that. That's called discovery. Look it up, Google it. I ain't got time to be trying to teach nobody nothing. Who am I? Nobody. Apparently. In civil cases, high discovery costs and legal fees render legal assistance beyond the financial reach of 90% of the nation. You know what? That done pissed me off because I forgot I even read that a while ago before I started live streaming. Now I really got upset. 90% of the nation? Oh, okay, I get it. So let me, because y'all think I'm just giving my opinion and this and that, and I'm upset and blah, blah, I'm on a rant and rave. And let me hear him finish reading it so I can give y'all the source so you know it's not just me. There's not some rant and rave, some random chick, no. 90% of the nation. So that means it was like 10% of the nation legal representation and to seek justice. You know, for the most part, according to this anyway. And for the most part, is reconnecting again. So I just paused because it was reconnecting again. Lots of internet traffic, I'm sure. You know, people are at home, WAP video, la la la. Okay, so ooh, that made me mad, that line. Ooh. Attorneys are also reluctant to represent poor clients because there is currently no way of guaranteeing compensation of a lawyer representing an indigent litigant. Well, you know what? They need some new laws. They need some new laws because that's not fair. This is not fair. But it's going to stay this way as long as y'all, the people, let it. Tell you. Courts have found it extremely difficult to attract counsel to serve without compensation. Aside from the obvious monetary reasons, attorneys believe they have nothing to gain and much to lose through possible malpractice actions. Many court-appointed attorneys also believe that their close ties to the state preclude their rendering effective legal services to indigents suing the state or a state agent. And again, the majority of that is like, you know, prisoners, because they're the majority of pro se that may never try to become a pro se litigant and file a lawsuit and take their case to the court, but it doesn't mean you haven't been harmed because you're not a prisoner, because you're out here, a person that there's a non-prisoner or a regular citizen. Further, there is some question. Okay, now look at this. See, this is going to put this in writing. There is some question whether an attorney is likely to render his best efforts for a non-paying client. You know what? It's more, you know, one thing about law, you read, you fall asleep or drop dead one. It's just so much, but I just wanted to read that part because I spoke on it quite a bit personally because how I feel, what we've been dealing with enduring in this mess, this unfairness, this biasness, this lawlessness, the wild, wild westness and all of this. But I wanted to read to you pretty much the same thing that I've been saying. It's just that I said it my way, but I wanted to read it. Let me tell you the source I'm reading from. It's called the Fordham Law Review, F-O-R-D. The D is silent. Or you say Fordham like that, or the H is silent. So Ford, it's not Fordham, Fordham Law Review, F-O-R-D-H-A-M, one word. So it's like a Ford car and a ham you eat. Okay, so Fordham, one word, Law Review, Fordham Law Review. And I was reading from page is. This was written in 1987. Write that down, 1987. And I was reading from page 1132, volume 55. 1132, volume 55 to page 1135. And then you'll see in between, you'll see all types of case law, as you often would whenever you're reading something about law. You're going to see cases that pertain to that arena of law that you're reading. You tend, and in some cases, lots of cases, especially talking about prisoners and them filing civil rights violations and constitutional right violation cases, lots. So anyway, I'm let me see any other sources to make sure let's see. Like it's a total of 31 pages, this Fordham Law Review, just so you know you're on the right one if you look it up. And let's see what it says at the top. Fordham Law Review, Volume 55, Issue Number 6, written in 1987. And it's called An Extension of the Right of Access, the Pro Se Litigant's Right to Notification of the Requirements of the Summary Judgment Rule. And I didn't even get into the summary judgment thing, but just let me just say that summary judgment is a whopper-rooney. So whether you hire a lawyer, as most people would try to, and then, be owing and making payments and signing all kind of stuff and hacking your house, especially trying to get folks out of jail and then be done lost your mortgage and this, that, and, that summary judgment, read about a summary judgment if you are an average citizen. You don't have to go to law school. You don't have to be a lawyer. You don't have to want to be. I used to want to be when I was a kid. I'm glad I didn't. I wouldn't want to be a lawyer if it was thrown at me. No. Now I've met some good and decent lawyers in my lifetime. A few. And I know normally a few means two. It's been a little more than two. But now I'm glad God didn't send me down that path because I would be ashamed. I'm just saying, I ain't trying to tell nobody not to go to law school, but from what I read and from what we've been enduring, I'm ashamed of that profession. And I was almost a court reporter one time. It was a good paying job. I could type really fast. I was this close to getting a court reporter's job. But, I ain't mad because I didn't get that. Because this is, that's not somewhere where so far I'm seeing that the environment is fair, especially to regular people, poor people, people of color. Yeah, that. Regular people, white or black or whatever, people of color, poor people, regular. It's not fair. It's not just. Just say it right there. But like I said, look up the word summary judgment because all that's talking about the summary. Just know this: if you hire a lot of lawyers, probably like, no, she's not saying it. And it's public information. This stuff is at the law library. Google it. All this words, all this stuff. It's public information. The courts belong to the people. Government people are servants of you alls, not slaves. They do have authority. They have gone to school. You can't just bust up in a court acting crazy. They ain't them kind of servants now. But government positions, in most cases, they are servants to the people. This is supposed to be a we the people thing. The courts, they belong to you, the people. They don't belong to the folks that work there. They act like it does. A lot of them. They act like it is, that there's their building, it belongs to them. Really? Ooh, I want some of them to come across this live stream. I don't know what magical way it's going to happen. Don't nobody know me. Yeah, I want them to see that I'm upset. I can't act like this in the courtroom, on Zoom, whatever. But I sure can do this on my own live stream. I didn't use profanity. I read from Fordham's Law Review. And I said exactly how I felt. I'm getting my condolences and this. I'm not trying to clean it up. Because I'm not fixing to say something I got to clean up. On live stream, how retarded is it? Not retarded. I'm not putting down, every word you say means something. I'm not saying nothing against, I'm just saying I'm not, fixing to sit up and do something that don't make an ounce of sense. That's what I mean. So don't put words in my mouth. Even if I say it, don't put no meaning or context in my mouth. So the NFL dude's son was drinking driving, the NFL son was driving his dad's car with a few of his friends in the car in 2016. I don't know if they was coming from partying or whatever. I think it was a Saturday night. And hit the car. All this mess, all these years later behind a little car. Because it's not about the car. It's about whether you get justice or not. It's about your race. It's about your status in life. See, that's my whole point. This is not about some car that got hit. The car was undrivable. So it was impounded by the police. To get in, you thought it was total, but it wasn't. And so, that you couldn't get you in, couldn't open the driver's door. So it was a hot mess, right? So we thinking, well, shoot, call a car company, let them know what happened, did that, Then you have to, of course, file. It was a police officer out giving little incident reports because it was so many cars that got kind of, what you call it? Hit, that kind. Anyway, 5 cars. And so that, after a few days, whatever, your car can't just be on the street. So it got towed to the police impound. Then in the meantime of that, you're having to wait on the police report, or they call them crash reports now, to be processed through state cap, you have to. So normally that's 10 days. We were told it could be longer because it was more than one car, like 2 cars. This was like the NFL players, and to be fair, retired NFL players' son, who's played on and off, who was driving the dad's car, and they're insured by State Farm. They probably like, oh my gosh, please don't say our name. Well, you should have did the right thing years ago, knowing we done went through HE double hockey sticks and back, trying to be respectful to you, trying to be nice to you, knowing you had the money to take care of the car, knowing we were suffering. Now I'm wondering if somebody gonna say your name. Cause you can, YouTube and all this, Instagram and stuff. Just like you could have did the right thing. Anyway, he took off, and the police chased him and caught him and put him in jail. Anyway, he ended up with his criminal case. And in the process of kind of like toward the beginning of all of that, with the insurance company, State Farm, with they mean butts. So if you're a State Farm customer, good for you. I used to be one too, long time ago, whatever. I never, ain't got to worry about me, child. Ooh, Oh, did that make you miss State Farm? Well, I couldn't tell that you cared about all those complaints that we filed through your portal and called crying during the holidays, pitiful, all messed up, getting sick, begging to get the car situated. But the thing of it is they didn't even know where the car was. They thought they had picked the car up and messed up the situation with the tow company some kind of way, and thought they had the car and never had the car. And it just went downhill from there. Ooh, did it go downhill from there? What a mess. What a fight. And then Chrysler stood up and said the car was total because maybe it looked like it wasn't. But who is they? That means, who are they? I'm speaking in slang on purpose because I'm upset. Eat a sandwich before you live stream. Just saying. So anyway, I said in conclusion a while ago, but in conclusion, part 2 again. I know y'all want to know who it is. Oh, don't worry about it. You'll find out. I'm gonna be honest with you. We haven't gotten justice in all this time. It's been hard, cost a lot of money. Still got to pay money. It's on appeal now. Don't fought like, been treated like dogs and fought like dogs. It's been a dog fight. And then made it to appellate level. So I don't know. There's some lawyers out there watching like, oh, made it to appellate level. Maybe they got some. I mean, you don't mind taking a chance on representing them now. See how y'all do? See? It's all good, whatever. So anyway, long story short, and it's longer than that, but I got to make it shorter than that. So I'll make another video. I make one as soon as I hit end stream on this and say, do you want to live stream again? Boop, there I am. Okay? Just keep this in mind. I'm a good person. Because if I wasn't, I wouldn't even have the channel talk about the other stuff I'm talking about. But I'm not better than anybody else. But I wouldn't treat a freaking bug on a rug the way we've been treated. I wouldn't. And like I said earlier, I just wouldn't want it to happen to you all. And it wouldn't matter who is the person that either was driving under influence to hit the car, whether they were rich or poor, celebrity, whatever the case. It never helps when it's celebrity mess, because you already know how that goes. Folks be getting out of stuff. And y'all know that's not right. We be looking at some of our own what you call them? People you be fans of, be all, on the one hand, you be like, must be nice, they're supposed to be going to jail and they didn't. And on the other hand, because you like their art or what, you be like, ooh, I hope they don't go to jail. And they be just wrong. So that ain't helpful. Either the stuff need to be fair or need to be fixed, or both. If it ain't gonna be fair the way it is written, then it need to be fixed so it can kind of cover some more people other than that 10%. But anyway, Chrysler had the nerve to tell State Farm that car was totaled. And it wasn't. And how do we know that? Oh, because when it got appraised, when they was trying to sell it at the auction, finally, an appraiser was sent to appraise it, and the car was repairable. Now, am I saying that because it's my opinion? We have our evidence. How do you think we made it this far? I don't even care anymore. I do want to quit. Not like quit, like I'm a quitter. I don't want to be bothered with these people. I don't even want to see them. Get on my nerves. Make me sick. I don't even know these people. This fair make an enemy out of me for nothing. They even know me from nowhere. These lawyers and judges and these folks. Just sit up and turn you into like you're the wicked witch of the West and all you're somebody harmed, seeking justice. And no, you can't make nobody take your case, even if it's a good case, a great case, where we already went over all of that. I read it, I gave my opinion, whatever. So it's not so much as I want to quit. I want to quit seeing them. You think I didn't want justice? You think we don't want justice? You don't think we deserve justice? You don't even know all of the ins and the outs and the evidence and stuff. I show you want to see. It just takes too many videos. Maybe we have to, I have a Zoom or something. Leave some comments if you want to know so bad who it is. Who's the NFL part? Yo, you want to see proof? Show you some documents, the appraisal on the car, who lied, 2 French fries. Because I had to give all the condolences in the front. Obviously, this video has been quite long. Ask me if I care. Just ask me. Ask me. Think for 1 second in your mind, if you're watching. Just think if you think I care. about that clock that I'm looking at. 152.09, 10. No, I don't. This is probably the first, maybe the last, the first time a regular nobody, non-white, upper class, rich to rich. Because when I say white people, I'm talking about the average white person. You get treated just like me. Trust and believe, especially trying to represent yourself. Most judges act like they hate you coming in the door, and it's your right. So even if you do it right, even if you're respectful, even if you talk polite, even if you're kind, even if everything is perfect or near perfect, you get treated like a DOG. Because I think they're looking at you like, really? Really? What law school did you go to? Who you think you are, who you think you is. So they compare you, not your hurt, not whatever victimization you may have encountered or suffered or harmed as a person, a citizen, your dog, your cat, whatever. No, not even looking at the evidence and be like, ooh, that's horrible what they have. But anyway, still, who this person think they are? And I went to law school and stuff, and I, working all these years and stuff, and all this legal stuff and everything, and I know all of this stuff. Then who is this little person sashaying up in here? Kind of like how a lot of people felt about Kylie being in the WoW video. Didn't bother me. I didn't give two freaks and a darn. I was gonna be honest. She's rich. She's cute. The rest of them rich and cute and doing what they do. I'm a Christian, so of course I wouldn't do the stuff that was on the video. No, and beats are beats. People will sit up and bounce their arms up to somebody talking about the devil. The beat is good. I made my comments about how I felt about the WAP video. That's not what this is about, because I don't pass judgment on people. Cardi B is a human being. She could be my little sister. And if she was, I would think what I want to think, maybe pray about what I want to pray, love, hug her, kiki kaka, laugh about this and that, and stuff that I thought was throw. I'd be like, girl, you is throwed. But that would be between me and her person. I would run all up in the street talking about my sister was throwed. Because there would be other parts that I would know is not throwed. I'd be like, girl, you bold. You baller than big sis. Be like, you when you get my age, you're gonna be looking back like, ooh, my body was tight, but was I doing that? So no, I'm not gonna sit up and talk about them like a dog. Like I'm some angel flying around. I see some of the stuff I did when I was that age. It wasn't like I ain't gonna do no famous video with this, that, and the third, but And I was born, bred, raised a Christian for real, not for play. Love the Lord, don't play with the Lord. But y'all know how it is. Even when you're older, you let stuff slip. Oh, God forgive me, I repent. You have to repent daily. Die daily. Christians know what that means, in Christ. Die in Christ daily. Because you never know when he's coming back. So now I'm not finna. I don't have time to be passing judgment on Cardi B, the Jenners, what you call them, Car J's. First of all, y'all know them people real pretty, so stop. They are many and whatever. And really, jealousy is a sin. I'm not saying you jealous about like different things that they do or whatever, because everybody's entitled to their opinion and their rights to that and stuff. And like, you probably like, I'm not jealous because I wouldn't do this and that. I'm just saying, come on, they're successful, prayerfully God loves them too. He created them. Probably he's working in their lives and, they're blessing people. Any faults or flaws that they have, pray that God works on those things. I'm sure they pray themselves in the same way as your darn self, in the same way as me. Let God be the judge. I bet you if they were your friend, You know, like they got them couple of black twins that are friends. I said couple. See, I done told people don't say two twins. And then I sit up and said couple of twins. Now that don't make sense. The sisters that are twins, the pretty Malik and somebody, girl, young black ladies that are friends of theirs, of the family, they like family. Well, aren't they fortunate? But aren't the Kardashians fortunate to have them? They all seem real close and encourage each other and everything. Now, I bet you if they just so happen to be some of y'all best friends, I'm just using them as an example. It could be Cardi B. I bet, Christian, like whatever. But y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm sure, I think, in my opinion, that if I want to use out there, met anyone famous, even if you didn't quite agree with whatever line of work or artistry or whatever they, pornography, whatever it is, but they were very, very famous, very, very rich. You just kind of happenstance to, bump into them somewhere, they leave you a big tip at your job, at the restaurant, or you see them in the airport and they like real chill and, they don't mind taking a selfie and, this and that. And, maybe they do something really wonderful. All of a sudden, they be the best thing since sliced bread. You wouldn't think about no WAP video and WAP, and Kylie and keeping up with the Kardashians and whatever else all of these people be doing, rapping and carrying on, singing and dancing and jumping and all of these different people. Hypocrites. I didn't say everybody was a hypocrite. Is the shoe fit, put it on. Whatever size you wear. Because my feet kind of big, so I don't know what size shoe y'all wear. If the shoe fits, wear it. I'm not trying to preach and I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do. I don't even care to that degree. I care about you as a person. Far as what you think about what I think about what I think about what you think, I could care less about that because I wouldn't be saying what I'm saying. I just care about you and I care about them, as in the people that I gave those examples. Because you have to think about that. You don't ask who you're born into. You don't ask what family you're born into. What if right this second, I'm talking about this second, Cardi B was your sister? Or your first cousin or your auntie if you were a teenager or a little younger. But you hate her? Especially if she was doing for you. Stop being like that. The only thing that'll entice you is money. Instead of fairness and justice and having a heart and letting God be the judge and being a decent person, even if a subject is not decent, but just being a decent person. But then it just all of that just gets thrown to the wind soon as some money sniff cross your way. That's wrong. Hypocrite. So don't be no hypocrite. And if you been one, stop doing it. Because y'all know what I said was true. All of them could be kin to me. Kin, friends and stuff and all of that. And whatever it is I liked, and whatever it is I didn't like, I'd be like, oh, child. What is y'all doing? Keep that stuff over there. But I still love you. Come here, give me a hug. Because, honey, if y'all caught me in the act on some stuff back in the Gap, I'm not going to say nothing else. I'm trying to put myself on the spot. I don't think so. I didn't put myself on the spot enough with this court mess. And let's get it straight. Let's end this on the right note. The case is pending, but on appeal now, finally, recently. But the case was from the 67th Court in Fort Worth, Texas. at the Tom Vandergrift Civil Courts building. Did I get that close enough for you? Huh? Did I get it close enough? You know I'm mad, huh? You know it, don't you? See, I done been down this road too many times because I'm a fighter. I have fought for justice for other people, and prayerfully, they won. You know, helping them with their clerical work and encouraging them and pushing them onward. And they won. But I've been at this spot several times. And I've lost because of what I'm talking about. Representing yourself. I went to one attorney's office, licensed lawyer's office in Georgia, this black female, on this horrific situation because a guy who owned a business hit my family van. My children were small on Valentine's Day. Could have killed us. He was drunk as a skunk. So that was a DUI situation. I tried to get lawyers and this and that. I got a lot of advice from lawyers, whatever. Regular person, I couldn't afford their fees. So there I went. The last minute, putting the case in court. I picked the jury and everything. That judge told me from day one, he was like, "Oh my gosh, you represent yourself?" "Yes, Your Honor." "Oh, well, you're going to have an uphill battle, so you might get real." I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, that ought to be illegal. All these people sitting out here in the gallery witnessing that, they ought to be like, that's not right. That's like, that this need to be shut down at the beginning before it even gets started, because he already done said something he hadn't been saying to this young woman that's trying her best. Well, her kids could have been killed by this drunk driver. And he cheated. We went all the way through several hearings and everything with the jury and all of that, and he cheated. So I didn't get that one. And then there was another one with a very wealthy family in the Georgia area. We got real sick and stuff from mold. And the evidence, this, all that stuff was there. Doctors, honey, trust me, I'm not fixing to go to court for nothing. What a waste. The very last minute, I'm about to die. See, when I say at the very last minute, I want you all to know that this is me fighting by myself. Consulting with a lot of lawyers on the phone, every free consultation I could get, looking up stuff and all that. But doing the work myself, if I was the only plaintiff. Running the hearings, learning, kind of like, doing my very best, which was pretty damn glad it's good. I was like, ooh, this just like Law and Order on TV. Wrong skin color, a nobody. It shouldn't be this way. But I've learned, like each time, like, gee, okay, well, I hope nothing else happens to me, because I've learned quite a bit, but I don't want to be in nobody's courtroom, just hot mess. They cheat. No respect, because they think you're disrespecting them. They, as in a lot of people in the judiciary, even the people who work, the clerks, a lot of the clerks, coordinators, a lot of them feel like you're disrespecting them because you think you are all that, because you have filed a lawsuit and you're somehow challenging their authority or challenging their legal prowess or their law school degree or their years of challenge. Child, I'm just trying to get my car fixed and my money back. What are you talking about? This is nuts. And yes, I know y'all probably like, well, how many times you done been? Look, as many times as it takes. Look up tort law. If you're a citizen and somebody harms you, I'm talking about no Band-Aid stuff, I'm talking about some real stuff, then they're liable for the harm. And no, you can't make an attorney or a lawyer, licensed lawyer, take your case. And you do have the right to represent yourself, or let it go. Just keep getting run over and bulldozed over. Just up to you. I want justice. Just like we want justice for racism, we want justice for police brutality. especially against black men, and black people just back. And any other race, other minorities, and other race of people from police brutality. Making the other police that are good, that are normal, that are not deranged, look bad. And their staff and their departments and stuff, the ones that are good, the ones that get along with their communities and stuff, making them look bad. Putting folks in danger. Community people, police people, all the folks showing out. The ones that mess up. In the police force, the courthouse, whomever, the ones that mess up, make everybody else look bad. Sick of this junk. I already dealt with the Texas Supreme Court as a pro se litigant. Yes, I was like, ooh. It's like to this level. That was a different case. And no, I don't run around looking for people to sue. Plus, I haven't won none of them yet. They just let you know how hard it is. Hello. You can get far. If you push and fight and half be dead, you know. Child. That was like, ooh. It's getting kind of hectic. That particular case where I was the only plaintiff by myself because of what happened to me from one of the largest companies on earth. You see, and when I intentionally am not saying what the company name is yet, but y'all should have seen how that went at the Texas Supreme Court. You would be shocked. You'd be like, that's not like on Law, but that's TV. You're right. It's not like on Law and Order on TV. You're right. You're right. It's like no law and no order. Or pull up the Burger King, get an order of French fries or something. And I'm not trying to be funny. What I've experienced has been the equivalent of pulling up to a fast food restaurant, ordering something to eat. I wouldn't say that to myself or to a person that I know personally, let alone on live stream. I was gonna say live TV. This is not TV. Live stream, YouTube, whatever, social media. Knowing what you got, trolls, what negative people, folks that just look for anything to go against, mean-spirited people that are racist or think they are, until they hear from somebody that actually cares about everybody, like me. So you want to ask, well, do you care about people in the Ku Klux Klan? I don't know. Maybe I do, because it might be a whole bunch of people in the Ku Klux Klan. You don't know they're in the Ku Klux Klan because they only meet late at night somewhere where they put their clothes on. So, I mean, I care about everybody in general and everybody that I know and my church and stuff like that. So I'm around all kind of people all the time, including white people, even some with means and all of that. So if I care about them, I care about them. If they secretly in the Klan or something, how I'm supposed to know? We might be even real close. They might even care about me, be like, well, she's kind of one of those different ones, she's cool. So, I'll accept her, but the rest of them, I don't know, whatever. It's a hot mess. This whole situation. God bless America, good luck. With the election, with everything. People start messing with their hair, they tired and pissed off and everything. I'm messing with braids and all that. That means all of that, by the way, for anybody that didn't know what all that means. Okay, my speech, public service announcement, information about being a pro se litigant, a current one. Remember that courthouse I told you about? So you can tell I'm upset enough to where I'm that close. Public, supposed to be public. So, okay, this thing says reconnecting. We'll see. Supposed to be public servants. I could say I've never seen nothing like it. That's a lie. Yes, I have. I'm just tired of looking at it. I'm not interested in seeing it ever again. So it looks like quitting, but that's not really how I feel. I'm just tired of looking at these people. I never want to see them again. That thing working. That little thing was reconnecting. I don't ever want to see them again, personally speaking. But I mean, you got to do what you got to do. So carry on. I must. Carry on. We must. I'm not the only person involved in this. I'm just the only person talking to you right now. Right now. So wish us luck. I mean, you know, add us to your prayer list. And y'all take care of yourselves out there, please. Stop acting up. Please protest properly. Please, police officers, do your training properly and stay safe, but don't be ugly, please. And families, help each other, neighbors, whatever color. And if we're going to fight, let's not fight each other like numbskulls. Let's fight COVID. Let's fight for justice together. Let's fight for democracy together. Let's fight the stuff that we need to be fighting instead of fighting stupid stuff. I'm sorry, I can say that word, but I think that wrong. Because trust and believe. I don't want to say anything that disparages special needs or whatever, because I greatly respect special needs, mental health. Child, I've been in counseling for years. Trust me, it helps. I think I got a Zoom appointment in a couple of days. It helps. You can't be telling everything to your family and friends because you know how they do. You get judged, whatever, they be talking, running their mouth. And then next thing you know, it's all through the grapevine, through the family. You know, you getting judged like, oh, it's all wrong with her, this, and that. So, yeah, it is absolutely nothing wrong with therapy because they're not supposed to, this confidence. Just saying, I ain't saying what. See, this thing is reconnecting. Talking about my connection is unstable. Please wait. What we're trying to connect. Well, whatever. It's been 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I done said what I'm gonna say, and then when I come back, I'll say some more. That's what this thing is for. This thing is for. I'm gonna hit. I'm just gonna make sure I hit end stream before it gets to. Well, it's talking about connection. See what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Okay, anyway, if I left something, I'll think about it, and then I'm gonna come back and do like another little quick thing, maybe in just a minute. Let me just go on here and answer. I know y'all like, oh shit, this is too much. Anyway, y'all are too, some of y'all. You know, while you trying to talk, yeah, I'm one of them types. You say, I say. Let me hit end stream.